All right, you know what time it is. Look, look, it's going crazy. Look, it's old body by old tactical, sometimes chocolate paw, and we're here with Nigel. Before you do that, I'm finna give you your flowers right quick
Okay, go ahead.
because a lot of people really don't understand the depth of your area of expertise.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to take a moment. It's gonna be for free. Next thing y'all can pay for. Introduce yourself and give them a business tip.
Oh, okay. I am Nigeal Comaneci of the MAG LLC, and that stands for Mahogany Advisory Group. And what we have done, right, I have a history of helping business owners, and then either in one or two places, entrepreneurs in the business space, new business startup, all of the things that you need to do, get your business in line to be able to gain business credit, and advertise yourself properly. And then the other space is in the HR space, which I have done for a long time, with the most recent history being in biopharmaceuticals. But the business tip for today is for entrepreneurs. Guys, today is January 3rd, and we're releasing this before January 20th. You guys need to file your beneficial ownership information report with the U.S. government. I know that it's going back and forth, the court saying, hold, you don't have to do it. Then it's being reneged and saying, nope, you need to do it. Then it's on hold again. As we speak right now, it's on hold. But I'm going to tell you something. Go to the website, get it filed, and get it done. Because what you don't want to do is wait and let the deadline pass you by and then start to accumulate the fee of $592 per day. So listen, do it. File it in your records. If you're asked about it, you've already done it. You don't even have to think about it. Here's the thing. If you don't know how to do it, or you're like, Nigel, I'm scared, I don't want to over communicate, I need help, go to www.themag, that's THEMAGLLC, right? And send me a note, and I'd be more than happy to help you. So,
Outstanding.
yeah.
So, Candid and Clear podcast.
Oh, and that's why we're here.
That's why
To
we're
be
here.
candid and
To
clear.
be candid and clear, to
Yeah.
give you all the information. We're going to give you all the information across the board as much as we can. There is no topic that is off limits for us in this podcast because we are, in fact, candid and clear. So now we're going to start the part 2 of So What's Happening. Now,
Okay.
we almost 72 hours in
Yeah.
to the 2025.
Yeah. And we've had 3 incidents.
New Orleans,
Yep.
Vegas,
Uh-huh.
and I think
And then Southern California.
Southern California.
Right.
All right.
And just to be fair, Southern California, we don't have all the details
Yeah, we've been on FAA
just
for
yet.
that.
We're still waiting to see, what the FAA is gonna say, with that or whatever. Is it FAA or FDA?
Well, NTSB and FAA,
FAA,
give you
okay.
context. NTSB, they come in and do all of the investigations for anything that would happen in the areas of transportation across the country.
Okay.
So FAA
Yeah.
is a mode of transportation because it's
Sure.
Federal Aviation Authority.
Okay. So we're still waiting to hear what happened with the plane that fell out the sky and all these things or whatever. But it seems that there is a bit of a strong coincidence between all these events. That
Well, a Russia plane
yeah.
crashed, and Russia said that that plane accidentally fell out of a hotel window.
Okay. Oh, hold on a
That's
second.
what Russia said.
Oh, that is in Russia, and me and you both know that no planes can fit in a hotel window. Now, me and you have
It
been.
depends on what size the hotel is. We're not talking about
You lying.
a little bit bigger than Trump Tower. You can get a plane out there.
In a room, you can put an entire plane in a room.
The man said
I
that
know
the
what
plane. You're not gonna make me do this on the podcast.
I am gonna make you do
The
this.
man said the plane accidentally fell out of a hotel window. That's what Russia said.
Guys, I have lived a long time, and I have shot several different advertisements with and private planes, and none of the ones that I have been on with him have I been able to fit in a hotel room window. But that is just me. Maybe I haven't lived long enough, and I've been from the U.S. all the way over to Dubai, back to several parts of Europe,
You've been to
Switzerland, and
Russia?
some other places. Yes, and Germany, absolutely. Oh yeah, been all over Europe.
And
But
your plane ain't fall out.
my plane has never fell out of a window. But again, could be right. Maybe he has a point. I'm gonna live a little longer. I'm gonna see.
I'm just telling you what the Russian media said. But
Yeah.
nonetheless,
They were told.
laughter is medicine.
Sure.
Let's talk about the 15 individuals of whom which we mourn and send condolences to the
Oh,
family in the
absolutely.
city of New Orleans.
New Orleans is one of my favorite
It
cities.
is it is in fact
It
one of my
is
favorite
one of.
cities. Yeah.
We are both from down south. I'm from Mississippi. He's from Shreveport. I mean,
Florida,
I'm sorry, he's from
Florida,
Florida,
yeah,
but he lived in Shreveport.
yes. A lot of time,
So
spent a lot
we
of time in New Orleans and
spent a
Shreveport.
lot of time in New Orleans and Shreveport, guys.
Yeah.
We love that city. So our
Much
condolences go
love,
out
man. Much
to
love.
not only the families of the victims, but also to the entire community.
Facts. The
Right,
entire community.
the entire community, because it is a wonderful city, and
Yes.
especially around Christmas, it is so festive.
Chris, if well, the holidays period, because
Yeah.
don't forget the culture of New Orleans is deeply rooted in religion, spirituality, whatever
Mm-hmm.
side you sit on, and that is probably one of the most festive group of people I've ever engaged with.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone through a lot over the years, a lot of stuff. I don't think they deserve. Now we can get into the whole religion thing and all that. What you believe? No, 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 no.
Let's not.
These I have not. I when I go to New Orleans, I
Mm-hmm.
understand you got the wards and all that other kind of stuff. I have received nothing but love from New Orleans, whether I'm in a restaurant, whether I'm teaching a class.
There is
Yeah.
a French element. So I spent time in Europe, guys. Paris is one of my favorite cities. New Orleans is one of my favorite cities. And they are related by blood.
Right,
And
right,
the
right.
festivities.
It's amazing.
And it is amazing. The camaraderie that you feel and the connectivity to the community, regardless of color.
Right.
Regardless of color, right? It is just amazing. I am a Saints fan. I wear shirts that say "Kiss me." I'm a Saints fan, and everybody comes up and kisses you.
Facts.
Black, white, yellow,
Facts.
or green, Russian. It doesn't matter. So there is a level of friendliness, connectivity, and
Yes.
family.
Hospitality is good.
Hospitality is there, and it doesn't have anything to do with gender, race, or
None of
anything
that.
like that.
Everybody's
So,
there to have a good time.
Absolutely.
So we had an individual in a electric vehicle, and he was apparently radicalized. The media is telling us, and law enforcement is telling us that he was prior military. He was an American citizen, and apparently within the recent years he was radicalized. Also, allegedly there was an ISIS flag associated with the matter in the truck. Okay, so.
yeah.
Allegedly, they found some IEDs, which are
Yep.
explosive devices, around the city, around the French Quarter. Also, apparently, one of the detonators didn't go off, so
Yeah.
he took it upon himself to get in the truck and do the damage
And, yeah.
himself. Okay. Here's my take on it as a security professional. My onus in this conversation is on the civilians, the people who want to go to any given city to have a good time, to celebrate. Please, please, please keep your head on the swivel. Please, please, please. Perfect example. This is one of the reasons why I carry a first aid kit with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Because in those moments when that thing happened, everybody who wasn't hurt were voluntold to be a first responder.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Even
Yep.
though cops were running, and human life is so precious. One thing I loathe, and you will hear me say this, for those of you who follow my other channels, you know I loathe bullies. I loathe bullies.
Right.
I don't care what you believe in. If you have an ought, if you have an issue, man up or woman up and go deal with that issue.
Right.
Don't bother innocent people.
That's true.
I don't care what you believe.
Right.
Leave the innocent people alone, because in that moment, when you bother an innocent person, people like myself are going to come out and deal with the situation and be unbiased. And when I deal with it unbiased, all you got to go.
Right. I think there's this thing, there's this idea that people have that if we don't believe the same thing, then we cannot be friendly
Thanks.
or respectful,
Right.
right, of people who are different than us. And that is not true. It is just simply untrue. You know that I have friends who are Muslim. I have friends who are Jewish.
Thanks.
Right? I've got friends all over the world because I've happened to live internationally. And there's nothing like living internationally to change you from being
Close minded.
African American.
Yeah.
And I'll say it
That's
like this, because when you go to other places, they are not Asian. See, they just Irish because they
yes.
just live in Ireland. So
Right,
all of them are
right,
Irish.
right.
So then you really start to focus on, well, I'm just an American, because that's all you're going to be to them. They don't see African American. They don't see Caucasian. They don't see the differences, not even in race. Or gender or in sexual orientation.
Right.
You just are this one thing, and it happens to be where you come from.
Right.
So you have to be respectful of opinions and different thoughts and beliefs that are not like your own, because again, the only category that they have for you is American check.
So
Yeah.
when you have ideologies that teach you in order to get to a place called there that we have to go out and harm innocent people, I have a serious problem with that. Now, notwithstanding, this could easily be a government psyop.
It could.
Could easily be. And let's talk about what's being said.
Well,
right?
let's talk about this,
Go ahead.
because we talked about New Orleans single-handedly, but there's another event that happened in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Right? With a cyber vehicle, we're saying, which is also electric and all these things, and it also had explosives in it. And the person who detonated that vehicle was at the same military base with the guy
Both
that
of them were
detonated
veterans.
the vehicle, or down in New Orleans, whether you say detonated, drove it into a crowd, whatever, right? They come from the same space. And I'm wondering, right, is this a crime? Are these crimes of convenience? Or
I wouldn't say they're crimes of convenience. I would say that they're politically motivated. Here's why.
yeah, but do you believe that they're interconnected? And answer both.
That's a hard question. They are still looking into that, and here's why it looks like it may be so. You have two individuals who are prior military, two individuals who are using electric vehicles. These two individuals are using almost the same means of destruction.
Yep.
And these two individuals came from the same military base, and these two individuals rented these vehicles off of the same app. It looks. There are a lot of things that can look a certain way, and they very well may not be. Here's the determining factor that is going to shine light on everything. The individual, again, we're purposely not calling their names because we don't want to give them light. Okay? The individual in New Orleans, he did go about it a little different. Okay? I do see that as a terrorist attack. Okay? Because now you're looking for mass casualty to make a statement.
Sure.
Okay? The individual in Las Vegas, it is a terrorist attack. However, it's a little bit more politically motivated because you have a rented Tesla, Elon Musk,
in front of
Trump
Towers.
Okay, now we there is a new friendship,
And there is a
connection, romance, whatever you want to call it, right? Advisory,
relationship,
all of the things. So I do see that as being politically motivated. Now, here's the issue that I'm having, and I'm wanting everybody to pay close attention to. Think it not strange that it's always in the idea of the Muslim terrorists to push the American people to unite. Why is that? I have paused there, because why is that the only thing that can make us as a people unite for a moment? And the reason I say moment, because the same thing was said about September 11th.
Well, because this is just my thought, right? Because that one thing, those incidents make us American. We are no longer African American. We are no longer Caucasian American. We are no longer Asian American. We are no longer Christian American. We are no longer Muslim Americans. We are just all of a sudden American, because to know loss, you have to understand that loss transcends any gender, any color, any separate sect of religion, right? Loss is loss.
Thanks.
Right? And that's the thing. And as Americans, we know loss. It's no different than World War II.
I agree. So, and that's funny because, I love the history. I love the history. So, World War II, let's talk about Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah.
So, Japan actively sent kamikaze pilots
Yes.
to Pearl Harbor, where all of the ships were docked to celebrate the holidays.
Yeah.
Known fact, no conspiracy theory, no none of that. Okay, we literally have, there are Japanese aircraft at the bottom of Pearl Harbor right now
Yeah.
because they had just enough gas to get over here and they bombed. They did their thing. Okay?
Right.
For some reason, there's always some shroud of mystery in things like September 11th. Even the Unabombers. It's like
Absolutely.
we always have to, okay, something happens. This individual had this kind of name. It was tied to this group. Now we got to do all this research, go all the way back, go all the way back, whatever. Months later, oh, it was this entity in Afghanistan, this entity in whatever country, whatever stand. Okay. That is so much room. It gives so much room for conspiracy versus Japanese plane flies into American battlecraft.
Yeah.
I mean battleship.
Yeah.
In Pearl Harbor. That's blatant.
Yeah.
So I don't like the idea of, because everybody wanted, because like when the September 11th thing came out, they was like, wait a minute, because now we're saying that it really wasn't what we thought it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my question is, before we get in the uproar and act a fool on people, is there an agenda or is this a legitimate terrorist attack?
I would say at this moment we don't have enough information to decide.
That's fair.
The reality is that I have my concerns about why people that are supposed to be supporters of the American government would do it. And I've said that to you. Or have something to do with the coordination of events. Because I like to think of it as a domino effect. 1 domino, 2 domino, 3 domino. The question is, what is your intention? What is the desired outcome? Is it unity of the American people? Is it that? Is it an organized response to a chaotic group of events? What is it that they're hoping for, right? And I'll say this, events like the pandemic, what they hoped for is that we would all get vaccinated, right? And then that we would all start to take instructions from the government around the way we work, how we work, when we work, how we live life, right? And so the question is, what is this? But again, the answer is, I don't know yet.
I think this is going to be a hard one because you got so many. When things are politicized, this is what frustrates me. We got lives lost. Here's what we know. The 15 people who were mangled up in New Orleans, we know they had nothing to do with anything.
Absolutely.
That lies the problem for me. So if this is a conspiracy theory to push a narrative, to push a thing, why do it that way? But nothing motivates a people to band together against a cause more than bloodshed and lives lost.
100%. Because here's the thing. If you said, why would you release a virus? Right? Because see, all the days of my life, as many times as I've blowed my nose, snot has gone down, not up. To sit and wait at an air handling system to be spread throughout a place. I've never known snot to ever go up in my life. Never seen it. Until we met this pandemic, which could wait on something to find, until it could find something to attach itself to. And then spread.
This year.
And the goal was for all of y'all to be vaccinated.
Every last one of y'all.
Every last one of y'all.
And when it didn't happen,
2 shots of a vaccination. And when it didn't happen,
they came back out. Fauci came back out and he said, I didn't tell y'all couldn't go to school.
Right.
I didn't tell y'all couldn't go to work.
Right.
I didn't tell y'all had to wear masks.
Right. Y'all just started doing it.
What?
Or whatever. So, but if you didn't wear the mask, you couldn't even get on the plane.
You couldn't get on the plane. You couldn't function like you normally. You couldn't go in the stores. You couldn't. You couldn't move around.
People would attack you if you said, I don't want to wear a mask.
Facts.
I don't want to wear something that recycles disease back into my nervous system, as you would say.
So, I will say this. condolences to those in New Orleans, families of those who were victimized, no longer with us, and those who were hurt. The 7 individuals who were hurt in Vegas, those who were involved in plane crashes. As a pilot, that is a sensitive spot for me.
Sure.
Please, 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 please. We don't know the why behind this what, right?
Right.
But here's what we can control. You can control keeping your head on a swivel.
Yep.
Of course, here's a shameless plug here. We teach all kinds of self-defense classes, first aid classes, stop the bleed, you name it. We teach all those things. But we want you to start taking a bigger account in the safety of your own life and those who are around you when you go out into the general populace. Let's be real with the situation. The political climate that we're in right now is not favorable. And it's going to get worse.
I'll just say this. It's not harmonious. The other thing is trust your gut. If it feels wrong, if it feels off.
That feeling you get right before.
That feeling you get, it is off. Right? People used to think if you met a guy or a girl and you got all these different emotions and your stomach was upset.
Butterflies.
They call them butterflies. Oh, this is a good thing. It's not a good thing.
That's your nervous system
telling you something is not right here. Right? So again, I'm going to say like my grandmother would say, trust your gut, regardless of what everybody else around you is saying. If it feels off, if the vibe feels weird, get out of there.
Facts.
Just get out of there.
Facts.
And the other thing is because you don't want to be a part of something that you could have actually prevented by just going a different way and respecting your nervous system, trying to tell you that something here feels wrong to me, even if you can't see it yet. So guys, be proactive about that. And the other thing is take your first aid kit with you. Right. Take all the things that you could have with you, right, to help with these events, especially if you're going into a place where it's going to be a big crowd, it's going to be extremely festive, and you're not able to keep your head on a swivel as much as you normally would.
I reached out to, again, New Orleans is
it's
my
home
heart.
for us.
It's my heart.
It is, yeah.
And of course, teaching classes down there, there's a lot of people I'm associated with. I'm going to give them some plugs here in a minute. I reached out to them, 2 of them specifically, and one of them told me that him and his son were supposed to go down there that night, but his son overslept.
Wow.
Look, I appreciate the universe in all aspects, moon, protecting him and his family. Another individual, business owner, big shout out to Ro at Pralee's. Bring anybody that's got a mouth. Y'all need to hit up Pralee's in New Orleans. We got to go to Pralee's. I go through there every time. The best food you're going to get in New Orleans. I said it. If you don't agree with it, go taste it anyway. Now, I reached out to them because I know that they are parts of the culture. Moon is real big on the self-defense side, all of the things. And of course, Ro, he's got the restaurant, doing all the things. They're part of the culture. Everybody comes through there. So when something happens to one sector of New Orleans, the world feels it.
Yeah.
Because it's New Orleans.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they can't catch a break.
Yeah.
Because Katrina.
Devastated.
All the things that they have going on, my heart goes out. We love them. We're not going to spend too much time on this simply because we like to keep things positive. We like to keep you on the up, but we will not have you ignorant to what's going on around us in the world, because we're going to keep it candid.
We are, and clear.
We're gonna tell you who lying.
we're gonna tell you our opinion about the lie that's being
who I think lying. I'm saying sit back and watch.
That's it.
Go ahead.
My grandmother would say, "We're gonna let you get your lie out."
We're gonna let you get your lie out.
Yeah.
And then how Sealy say we're gonna sit back and see what color the walls gonna be. Because January 20th is coming.
It is. So you make sure that by January 20th that you have filed your beneficial ownership information report.
Y'all thought I was gonna say something crazy, didn't
See?
it? You thought I was gonna.
You thought he had tricked him. Y'all had tricked him into saying something. Absolutely not. But file that report, guys.
Next
podcast, we're gonna talk about that. But if you haven't done it again and you need some help, reach out to me in my DM, Instagram. the Mag LLC on IG, the Mag LLC on the web. Guys, just send me a note, and I'll be more than happy to walk you through what you need to do. If you decide you'd rather not be bothered and you want me to do it for you, I did O's for him. I can do it for you, right?
Thanks.
So
Tap in.
again, tap in.
Yeah.
The next thing that I want to say is, guys, there's going to be more from us. This is not. This is just the beginning. We are having fun.
Right. This is a lot of fun. Yeah.
This is a lot of fun, and
of
we
fun.
are just talking out, like people do, because we typically talk to each other and we
No
just
edits,
talk.
no none of that.
No
One
edits,
take Jake, baby.
One take Jake. And we're going to do it like this for the foreseeable future because it just works to keep the authenticity in the conversation. Guys, I have enjoyed it.
I love it. It's what we do.
This is what we do. If you need something from either one of us, follow us on YouTube, follow us on the gram,
Instagram, TikTok,
Top.
X,
Everything.
MySpace.
MySpace. He got MySpace and Facebook. I do not. But all the ones that he mentioned, TikTok,
Oh my
X,
God.
I got
Microsoft
those.
Messenger.
Yeah.
We going all the way back. Black Planet.
Black Planet.
We
do
doing
that
all
one.
that. We doing all that. Look, this is O, Body by O. Sometimes talking Papa. We're here with Nigeal. Listen,
Comaneci of the Mag LLC.
you know what time it is. Hey, stay right so you don't get left.
Yee.